What's up, everyone? Coach Laxbug here. Today I'm super excited. Are you looking for that lacrosse gift? Are you looking for that one gift for your special lacrosse player? Or are you a lacrosse player and you're trying to figure out what you want? That's what we're going to talk about today. Today I made a list. I compiled a list of things I've used in the past and things I want to use in the future. And I've tried to throw them together. I tried to make it a budget-friendly list. There's going to be some opportunities, to upgrade, to do some really cool stuff. But ultimately today it's all about what kind of awesome lacrosse gifts can you find. Now I'm not going to talk about sticks, heads, shafts, shoulder pads, elbow pads, cups. I'm not going to talk about those types of things today. I'm going to stick more towards the things outside of the equipment that you're going to wear. So to get started, I broke them into three categories. If you know me, I like the number 3 a lot. So we got three categories. We got lacrosse stuff. We've got training stuff. We've got cool stuff. So we got three categories. I wish I had a double stuff. That'd be good. All right, let's kick off the lacrosse stuff list. So some of the stuff I'm thinking you're gonna want. Number 1 on the list is a goal. And more specifically, I really like a movable goal, a foldable goal, something that's a little bit more portable. Why? Well, maybe it's not something you want in your backyard all the time. So you wanna be able to store it away somewhere. Or maybe like Paul Rabel does, you wanna take your rage cage out to the field, bring it back home, take it out to the field, bring it back home. So there's different ideas for movable goals. I already hinted at the first one. A rage cage I think is a fantastic one. The rage cage is kind of the cream of the crop. That's the premium. There are other options out there though. I've seen goals that have the folding back, so you can fold it up pretty much flat. It's still gonna be 6x6, but you can fold it up flat. There's also different types of goals that are made with lighter weight material that you literally can fold super flat, fit them in the back of your vehicle. Now it's not gonna have the hard pipe, but something like a Rucket Sports goal is another option. A movable goal is an awesome thing because it's easier to transition in the house, out the house, in the yard, different locations in the yard. Maybe you're taking it to and from the park. Definitely a movable goal is one of those things on the list. The next item is a backstop, a shooting backstop. Really, frankly, for parents, this is an insurance item. This is what saves your property, saves your next door neighbor's property, saves maybe some of those insurance calls nobody wants to have. Now, there's all kinds of manufacturers of these backstops, and they can be lacrosse specific, but they don't have to be. One of the really cool ones I've seen is the Smart Backstop. I haven't worked with it, but seeing how like the spider arms come out from behind it looks like a really cool web behind the goal. The other thing you could find is just a standard wall type backstop. It's a net that pops up. Sometimes they're very portable. You can find a bunch of them out there. One other reason why these backstops are really valuable is a lacrosse player is kind of hesitant to shoot around the frame of the goal where they should be shooting because they don't want to have to go chase balls, or they're concerned about hitting something behind. Now, when you put one of these backstops up, a lacrosse player is going to dial in their focus. They're going to dial in their shots to aim for those corners the way they should be aiming for those corners because there's not a concern about hitting things or losing the ball. Next is a lacrosse rebounder. Yes, if you've been here for a while, you've seen my little DIY rebounder. Frankly, I just bought a small trampoline, and that is a great option. You literally can buy a 36-inch trampoline off Amazon, and you can utilize it. Other people I've seen build them out of wood. You can do those types of things too. But a general lacrosse rebounder is about $200. If you don't have a nice wall nearby, a rebounder is a fantastic gift because one of the best things every lacrosse player can do is hit the wall. A lacrosse rebounder is definitely on this list. Next one I want to talk about is a ball resurfacer. You might have seen my gripper greaser video. I'll put a link down below to that video, but I kind of really love this product. It's very simple to use, and what's really nice about it is you can literally find lacrosse balls in the woods you didn't purchase. You can find them outside of fields that kids didn't go get like they should have. And you can take the gripper greaser, turn a shiner, a greaser, you can turn it into a nice, fresh, crispy ball that's going to hold on. There's drum resurfacers if you're looking to do a bunch of balls at once, but really, anything that does the ball resurfacing can turn those old, nasty, terrible balls into a fantastic practice product. And again, keeping more coin in your pocket and keeping more balls in action. And the last thing, I wasn't sure which list to exactly put it on, so I put it on the lacrosse stuff list. A radar gun. Radar guns are fun. They're a lot of fun. And anytime you can make lacrosse fun, make practice fun, you're going to be out there doing it for even longer. So it's a great way to show your strength increasing. The more you work, the more reps you get, the radar gun will be able to check and see, yep, oh yeah, he's shooting harder. She's shooting with that lefty so much better than she used to. I love radar guns because it encourages kids to actually shoot. Too many times when you're shooting on targets, kids are just lobbing the ball at it. No, you need to shoot to score even at that target. So you need to hit that target with some speed, with some pace. The radar gun will help tell them that they are doing it. One of the product concepts I really like here is the Lax Radar from Crank Shooter. I haven't actually worked with one myself, but the concept's fantastic. I'm a bit of a solo operation here. If you're outside just ripping shots on the cage, you often would need somebody else to hold the radar gun to pull the trigger to take the correct reading. In this scenario, it does it all by itself. You don't have to touch it, and it reads it out loud to you. Oh, what a product. Now it's time to move on to the training stuff, and I've got a little bit more in this category because frankly, there's so much training you can do. First up, the ladder. I love a ladder. No matter what sport you play, you should have a ladder. Work on that footwork. You can see such drastic improvement in your footwork if you do a ladder once a day, every day. It's not going to take you long. 10 minutes, less than. You do it every day, you are going to see unbelievable improvement. You can use it every other day, still see unbelievable improvement. Your footwork will get so much better, and this is a very inexpensive item, 12, 15 bucks. Comes with its own bag. You put it all together, you've got a great product to work on your footwork. Next, speed rings. I love speed rings too. These are fantastic for getting your footwork down. Specifically, if you're looking at doing some dodging or you're gonna do some jab step drills. These are really good for ensuring you're putting your feet in the correct position. I also love them because frankly, you can just attach them to a goal and call them a shooting target too. That works as well. But these are really good at ensuring your footwork is where it needs to be. You are doing the right steps. Of course, there's some videos out there that'll help show you exactly what that footwork should look like, but I love speed rings for that purpose. And again, something else that comes with a bag, I'm all about things that have self-storage. There you go. Next training item is a shooting target. There are a number of different shooting targets out there. Probably the premier, the creme de la creme, is the ECD Lax shooting target. That's a really nice product, and what I like about that is when you hit that target, you get that positive feedback of bam, I just hit that thing. There's other ones out there that are similar. There's some that have pockets. I like the ECD one specifically because the ball doesn't get trapped up in it. You don't have to go like fish the ball out. That's kind of nice. But there's an idea for a fantastic product. It is a little bit on the pricey side. So there are other options like my $2 shooting target, if you recall. I did a video, and again, I'll post a link down at the bottom, on a $2 shooting target, how to basically turn a tennis ball into a bungee tennis ball. So now you can shoot on it on the net. For those of you wanting to go even a little bit more low priced, go to your store, go find those cake pans. There's a ton of them out there right now. Thanksgiving time of year, you got the casserole pans. Get one of those things, attach it anywhere you want on the goal. Bam, when you hit that thing, it's like, bam, victory. Speaking of shooting targets, there's some fantastic targets that you can put inside a goal. Some of you may remember the Hector the Rejector. What a name, right? Hector the Rejector. I don't understand where that one came from. But anyway, you know the Hector the Rejector you put into a goal. It's basically a flat piece that attaches to a goal. It's kind of nice because it leaves open the primary shots you want to see, but it just doesn't really, it doesn't compare to a real goalie. Nothing really compares to a real goalie. But there is this one product from Elevate Sports. It is an inflatable lacrosse goalie. The 11th man. I think it's called the 11th man. There's 11th man goalie and 11th man defender. There's a goalie that literally looks like a goalie. It's inflatable. You use a pump, you blow it up. It's got sand or water in the bottom, depending upon what you want to put there. And it will literally stand there in front of the goal. What I like about this is it gives you that three-dimensional shape. So when you're coming around the goal doing some different angles, like we all do in lacrosse, you're actually getting a goalie that somewhat moves with you because it is three-dimensional. Those flat 2D things that go in front of the goal, they're really a pain in the butt in any kind of moving sense, which lacrosse is the fastest game on 2 feet, so you should be moving all the time. So I totally love this idea, this Elevate Sports inflatable 11th man. I haven't utilized it yet. Maybe sometime in the future we'll put it on my list. Yeah, we'll put that on my Christmas list. There's the 11th man goalie, and that's a little pricier. It's around 230 bucks. There's 11th man defender. That's like 100 bucks. It gives you an opportunity to go and dodge against something, or as a defensive player, something to throw some checks, pushes, to practice some of those combinations. Elevate Sports is the one that I've seen the most often. I believe Crank Shooter has an inflatable goalie as well. But yeah, take a look at some of these inflatable targets that are out there that are giving you the perception of real beings, real humans, but you're still practicing by yourself. Kind of similar to what we just saw, a ball attached to a string here. We've got the Cradle Baby. You might have seen my review. If you haven't, again, link down below. But I had a review on this Cradle Baby, and I'll tell you what, I had a lot more fun with this thing than I ever thought I was going to. This is a really cool product. It allows the player to be able to cradle inside the house, saves the walls from damage because the ball isn't going to leave the stick too far here. There's my stick. But this is a great product for an individual starting out in lacrosse, ensuring that they have the ball with them all the time. They're not breaking anything, not getting frustrated because the ball's leaving their pocket all the time. If it does, it's just hanging right there. They put it right back in. Let's keep working on cradling. Love this product. Last but not least, this is something that doesn't get enough love. I don't know if you've seen this before. I did a quick video on it. I haven't done a review. I really ought to do a review on this one. Sign me up for a review of this guy soon. But the Head Rock, it's a weight. It weighs a little bit more than a ball itself. So it is strengthening you when you cradle. It is strengthening you when you're ripping shots. You know, the one best thing that you can do other than lifting weights is literally lifting weights in the exact fashion of shooting. It fits on your head like you're shooting a ball. Hey, we'll throw it on for you. It fits on your head. It fits on the head of your lacrosse stick. And now, it feels like there is a ball in my pocket. There is not one, but it's a little bit heavier than a ball, so it's gonna make me a little bit stronger. So when I'm practicing shooting, when I'm practicing cradling, I can even work on some wrist exercises. This thing is going to make me a stronger, better lacrosse player. This is something that is totally underrated, and I totally recommend checking this out. There we go, training stuff. Bam! We did the lacrosse stuff, we did the training stuff. Now it's time for the cool stuff. As you can tell, I really like my memorabilia around here. So one thing I would love to get more of is just lacrosse memorabilia. What kind of cool lacrosse memorabilia? Now, we all know there's the Dukes, the Notre Dames. We won't talk about any other schools. Those are the two coolest. But you know, there's all those schools out there. And it is cool as a lacrosse player to get some gear from those schools. So you get a nice shirt that says, Notre Dame Lacrosse, awesome. Let's take that one step further. Have you ever been to Sideline Swap? Sideline Swap is a place where former college players, former professional players, and just anybody can go out and post some of their old stuff. A lot of times you can literally find team-issued gear on Sideline Swap. I believe you can find it on eBay as well. But you can literally find, oh, this was a cleat from Notre Dame. I think you could see a cleat up here from a Notre Dame football player, and actually right there as well. You can literally find gear that was issued to the team. Now that's next level cool. Continuing the cool theme, we've got our PLL gear. Yes, the PLL shop is out there. You've got your different teams. You can get all kinds of cool gear, hats, shirts, sweatshirts. There's a lot of really cool product when it comes to the PLL. So yeah, that's another option for those that are fans of the Premier Lacrosse League. Not just the college league, but the Premier Lacrosse League. The PLL has their own shop you can check out online. Let's continue on the merch theme. And this is wrinkly. Oh well. This is my dabbing rainbow unicorn lacrosse shirt. I mean, how cool is that? I started coaching girls lacrosse. So I was like, I don't have any girls lacrosse gear. This felt perfect for 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. This was an amazing shirt. There are so many really cool shirts out there. You just need to check out Amazon. Amazon has a ton. Just type in lacrosse shirts. You will find a bunch of different really cool shirts. But I do want to give a special shout out to 2 other brands. Lulalax, I think, is really awesome. They've got the little dog face. It's really geared more towards girls lacrosse, but they have some really cute stuff. Did that sound forced? Cute's a hard word for me. I don't use it very often. It feels forced when I use it. Sorry. And lastly, some apparel you may not have heard of, Goose It Apparel. Goose It Apparel is out there supporting the fight against diabetes. It's 2 young men founded this company. They've been selling all kinds of really cool gear, really cool hats, shirts, sweatshirts. They've got some awesome stuff on their website, and 10% of their proceeds, boom, go right to the fight against diabetes. It's 2 young men that started this company and basically supporting their sister who became a type 1 diabetic at age 5, I believe. It's a really cool company with a really cool mission behind them. So yeah, the lacrosse leisure market, lacrosse apparel market, there is so much cool stuff out there. Totally check that out for the lacrosse player. Speaking of the PLL, one of the really cool things you can do is have a mini stick. Mini sticks are awesome. These are just a little bit smaller than your regular stick, you can see here. Mini sticks are a lot of fun. They give you the ability to practice a bunch of different tricks. They're a little bit easier because they're smaller, compact, they're smaller in the hands. They're just a little bit easier to work with, and they travel really well. These are the PLL branded ones. I've got a Redwoods one upstairs. This is the regular Premier Lacrosse League one. There's a bunch out there for your different teams. This one's going to be a little bit of a harder mission, but here you've got the Topps Premier Lacrosse League 2020 cards. You can find some of these on eBay. I haven't found them anywhere else. The packs have sold out, so you can't get a pack for the standard price. Their going rate now is about $50 to $60. on eBay, and inside they actually have some really cool cards. So I would recommend these. I think these cards are pretty awesome. You can actually buy a lot of these cards individually as well. So if your lacrosse player is really into the PLL, there are some really cool cards, some parallels, some inserts. There are some autos in there. So if you want to spend the 50 to 60 bucks, you can get a pack. You also can just find your favorite player and get that individual card. Pretty cool stuff. And lastly, as lacrosse players, we got a bunch of sticks hanging around. I got here, I had my mini stick. I've got a bunch of other sticks. They tend to become a clutter on the floor. We want to get them off the floor. We want to display them proudly. Those are our weapons of war, right? We want to display those things proudly. There's different ways to do it. Etsy. There's some Etsy stores out there that have some really cool ways of displaying your stick. I also have utilized a coat hanger. You can get a coat hanger from the store, hang it up on your wall, and you can hang a bunch of sticks. The side walls will actually hang on those hooks. That's another option. I also heard, I haven't done this yet, that there's the mop and broom command strips. I understand that the mop and broom command strips can hold, I saw they hold a bat, so it sounds like they can also hold mops, and lacrosse sticks are about that same dimension. So there you can do an actual individual spot wherever you want to hang a stick. You can strategically place it out and they come off the wall nice. It seems like a really good option. That wraps up the list. Wow, I lost track. There's a lot of different items out there. Hopefully something resonated with you. Hopefully it gave you some ideas from the lacrosse stuff to the training stuff to just the flat out cool stuff. Check out the description below. I put a ton of links down there to help link you to exactly these different products, some of the different videos that I've done in the past if you want to see some of these products up close. There's a lot of really cool options out there. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, please hit the like button. Maybe subscribe if you want to come back and see more. I had a lot of fun doing this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And hey, as we say around here, don't forget the little things.